So we are here. We just did the paperwork side of things with Anthony and Meagan. Anthony got Anubis, black-collared Doberman Pinscher black and rust male, the only black and rust male in the litter. And he also took Athena, the violet collar black and rust female. So they're going to be brothers and sisters. And Meagan got one of the red bone males, the one that I have his heart, I think, because he's always after me.
Yeah.
And he's always looking for my lap and trying to fall asleep. But anyways, I just wanted to get you guys' feedback and tell me what, tell the viewers, not just me, but also I'm looking for any kind of feedback of what it is that we can do better. And if there's something that you specifically enjoyed, or that that we could improve, I'm looking to hear what those things are. So who wants to go first?
Well, I mean, for me, honestly, I think this whole thing was pretty easy, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you shopped around too.
Yeah, I did a lot of shopping around.
Yeah. And a lot of places, before you could even come out and see, even if the dam and sire were on site, they'd be like, oh, 500 deposit, it's gone. So I was like, well, I'm really not comfortable like putting my money down on something if I can't really see it first. Like I have horses, so like I go check it out first, then you go from there. So I was really not comfortable with that. But I was contacting Marcel. I was like, hey, I'm interested, but he's like, oh yeah, it's fine. You can come out and look, and if you're comfortable, you can do it or not. No pressure. I'm like, oh, that's nice. A lot of people don't do that, which was kind of surprising. But
yeah, I agree. I mean, I shopped around a little bit too, between all around Arizona, California, Nevada, trying to find a place. Talked to quite a few of them. Just didn't get a good feeling. Just from what they talked about, how they sounded on the phone, their demeanor, I just didn't get a good feeling. Had a good feeling about you. Coming out, obviously you let me come to your house. You let me see the dogs. I wanted to see the parents first. To me, that was very important to see the parents and see their size, see their color, see their temperament, their demeanor. Their training, because some dogs that they just don't take well to training, but these dogs are awesome. So that was that's what kind of hooked me into it was seeing the parents. And then you've been tremendous. This entire experience has been fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I've been told by a lot of people, don't trust breeders. They'll take your money.
The horror stories you hear.
Yeah, the horror stories. Never go to a breeder because they're just farms for dogs. They don't really care. And I'm gonna say that may be your experience, but my experience is the complete other opposite of that. I think you've been transparent. I think you've been honest. You've been welcoming. The videos have been awesome. The advice as to do's and don'ts and things that work and don't work, at least in your experience. Watching you train, watching you do these things. It's not just talk. I'm watching you on video do the trainings or do the things, and I can see the reaction, especially that one time with the feeding of the puppies and the chicken, and the puppies are jumping up and going crazy, and within a matter of 10 minutes, 15 minutes, they're all sitting down at attention, and it was like, oh my gosh, it does work. Just stick to your guns, stay the line, be consistent, and it will work. So that's very reassuring, very reassuring. So to me, it's been a great experience for me and my family. We've all been watching, not just my daughter and my son, but my parents, people online, my brothers, they've all been watching it on videos, and they're just like, wow, this has been really good.
Wow, that's
Sorry if I'm long-winded. Sorry if I'm long-winded.
No. I was moved, so I was just.
I've already promoted you to other people.
It's it's a lot of work. Yes, it's. I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it. And I think the most rewarding is when folks are happy in the end, and they go home smiling, and they have a good, loving pet that they're, I tell people I breed lifetime companions that are bred for obedience and temperament, and I just I'm especially thrilled when I've done my job, and I've done just that. So needless to say, I'm happy when I'm doing something right, and it I know I'm doing it right, from as far as I do everything the best I know how, and the way that I would like to have a puppy raised for me. And I never went to any breeding school, or I didn't consult with any other breeders about, well, how do you do this? I may have asked for, things that I just didn't know, simply, I didn't know certain things. Yeah, but other than that, I just kind of applied myself to what is it that I would want. And I'm big on communication. And when, in any business that I've done, it's always about communication. And if I communicate, whether it's good or bad, it usually turns out better, knowing that you've done your job in communicating, regardless of what you're communicating, but you're doing it timely, and and then people understand that you're communicating because you want them to be informed. And if I do that, 9 times out of 10, I succeed. Even if I give somebody a piece of information that they don't like at the moment, maybe later they appreciate it because I've been forthcoming and honest about it. So I think that's been my experience with anything that I've done, and I try to do the best that I can in anything I do, but nevertheless, with raising Doberman Pinscher and breeding these wonderful, wonderful companions. So thank you for that feedback.
Thank you for the good job, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard.
It's very hard.
It's scary. You're putting, you want this addition to your family. You really do. And I firmly believe people who want Dobermans, there are certain breed, a certain kind of people who want a Doberman versus any other breed of dog out there. And you want this Doberman, you got your heart set on it, but you have expectations, but you're not quite sure. You're just like, oh, is it going to be healthy? Is it the one I want? Is it going to, you have all these fears. And I think through this entire process, you systematically eliminate those fears. So by the time this moment comes, it's like, where's my puppy? I am ready to roll. Right? So
anxiety is at 0 now.
The
Finally.
anxiety is gone. Yeah, I would agree.
Okay, good. And I'm going to say it again. I'm here. Any advice that I can give, I may not know everything, but if you are in doubt of anything, I'm available all the time. So just text me, and I'll reply as soon as I possibly can with any word of advice.
Yeah.
So.
And we talked about, I think you and I had discussions about, a support group. I mean, we've all bought puppies from. I feel like we're part of your family to a degree. At least your Doberman version, your Doberman family. Yep. We're all part of this. We all may have questions ourselves, and I think if we exchange communications or phone numbers even amongst ourselves, we can call up on the phone and
like
banter back and forth. Or hey, I need some help with something. And we're all in this together. And like I said, we're all Doberman people, so it's not like you're dealing with someone else. You're dealing with like kindness. So when dealing with likeness, I think that'd be a good idea for us to, put it on a list. And if people are open to it, some people may not be open to it, but some people who are open to it, exchange the information, and you never know where that can lead going down in the future.
Agreed.
So.
Yeah.
I think that's a good
And I
idea.
think going forward, with these puppies here in this litter, if there was that group that you guys got together, and you know, any experiences that you'll probably have those similar experiences around the same time. So it makes sense.
How's been your experience dealing with this group versus
Yeah.
some other group? I'm interested in your
People in
experience
general.
because you're asking us from our perspective. What about your perspective?
Well, overall, I don't know. I have to say I'm probably